the senior from San Antonio, Texas.
She really just makes this team go.
Kiana Williams, the senior for Stanford.
She knows when to put it on.
She makes winning plays. She hits big shots.
But she can also get to the rim.
No hesitation, nothing but net.
Today she ate her Wheaties.
I'm Kiana Williams, senior point guard at Stanford University. So growing up, I always knew I wanted to get out of Texas. And when Stanford started recruiting me, I didn't even know where Stanford was. Recruited me hard, came to a lot of games, and I remember when I found out I got accepted. I think I was in a math class my senior year, and Tara called me. I didn't tell her I was in class, but I went to the restroom, went in the hallway. Because Tara's calling, I'm gonna take this call. And a few weeks later, I went on a visit and I committed on the visit. Stanford, it's a dream school. Not a lot of people say they, have the luxury of getting accepted into a prestigious school such as Stanford. So I had to take advantage of the opportunity, and it's worked out for me so far. So I took the SAT I think twice, and I took the ACT 3 times, just trying to improve my score each time. Yeah, there's a process. Just because they offered me a scholarship doesn't necessarily mean I was going to get accepted automatically. So, I wrote the essays, did all the questionnaires and all that stuff, and had to submit my transcripts. I had several of my teachers read over my essays and stuff before I sent it. That was like the most stressful time for me, just, waiting to see if I got accepted or not. My dad is really big on school. I've made a few bad grades at Stanford, and try not to tell him. He's probably gonna see this, but yeah, I'm making it 6 more classes and I'm gonna have that degree. I'm excited. In the first half of my freshman year, I wasn't playing as much as I wanted to, but I think it was like looking back on it, I'm glad I went through that. A lot of freshmen come in wanting to start and whatnot, but I had to sit back and really observe what does this team need. And my freshman year, I didn't play point guard, I played shooting guard, and you can attest to this. Playing AAU, I was not known as a three-point shooter. I was trying to get to the paint, get to my mid-range, trying to get to my floaters and runners and all that. But I knew at Stanford, for me to get on the court was going to be making shots. So that summer, leading to my freshman summer at Stanford, I stayed on the gun, and my confidence really. That's when I really built a lot of my confidence. And I remember my coming out game. It was kind of 2 games. We lost at Baylor. I had played okay there. I think I had my career high 17 points in. And then I can't believe if we played San Francisco before or after, but those 2 games back to back, I think I hit I'd say 9 and 10 threes between those 2 games. And ever since then, I've had I don't want to say the green light because Tara still tells me to wind it down, but yeah, ever since then, I've just had a lot of confidence in my shot, and that just comes from the hard work I put in and just believing in myself. I'm biased, but I feel like the point guard position on any level is the hardest. You're the quarterback. It's your responsibility to know what everybody's doing at all times, knowing what defenses we're in, what offense we need to run, who needs to get the ball, do you need to go score. So yeah, the point guard position is extremely important, and like I said, I think I really benefited not playing that my freshman year, not being thrown into that fire, kind of easing my way into it. So, but yeah, Sue Bird is one of my favorite players to watch. Having the opportunity to play the USA team last year was, I was fangirling as we were playing them. I'm like, wow, I'm really guarding Sue Bird, she's really guarding me. But that was a really neat, dope experience getting to play them. A team we just couldn't get over last season was Oregon. Lost to them 3 times. That pick and roll was deadly. Couldn't figure it out. They had a lot of experience. They really played well together. You got Sabrina and Ruthie with the pick and roll. You got to worry about that. Then you got to worry about Satu giving you a quiet 30. Then Mignon with her defense. Aaron Boley, they got 3-point shooters all over the perimeter. So I would for sure say they were the toughest team we had to play. And, my favorite game from last season, I'd say 1A and 1B would be playing the USA team, being on the same court as those people. You want to be in their position one day. It was just a neat experience. And then 1B, I'd say, you know, the Colorado game, the buzzer beater. That was. I watched it. The buzzer beater still today. It's unbelievable how that sequence played out. But you know, just credit to my teammates. You know, we stuck together. Wasn't looking pretty. That would have been a really bad loss. But you know, we found a way, and we made plays. 2 tips that I have. The first one is my coaches tell me all the time, when the shot clock is going down, slow down. So I know AAU doesn't really have, or some high schools don't have shot clocks, but you know, at the end of the quarter, you know, you like to rush and speed up. But in my mind, I'm like, slow down. I think about what shot I want. I don't know if that makes sense, but slow down when the clock is going down. Like, slow down. Be deliberate with your moves and try to look people off. And then another thing, when I'm coming off the pick and roll, I read my defender. I don't read my defender, I read the second defender. So I read so if my big is setting me a screen, I read what the big that's guarding my big, what they're doing. So, I make sure that I run my defender into the screen, that'll free me up. So if the big is stand back, well, I'm coming off on my shot. If the big comes up, I'm gonna try to split it or get around that big. Now I'm reading the weak side. Oh, they're helping me, I need to kick to my teammates. So it's just all about reading defenses, and what really helps with that is watching basketball, watching film, just watching all the elite point guards. Sue Bird, she's really good with pick and roll. Sabrina, you know, I watch a lot of Sabrina film, her and Ruthie. Just reading, slowing down and making the correct reads. I think that's the best advice I can give a point guard. I just want to be the best leader, the best senior captain that I can be.